The moment of truth. Look how fluffy. Can you see? Ooh, my goodness. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made these delicious donuts. These donuts that almost disgraced my ancestors. But we made it and we're here. Let's get right into the video. For this recipe, we'll be using 250 grams of flour, 50 grams of sugar, 8 grams of yeast, 15 grams of milk, powdered milk here, half a teaspoon of salt, 50 grams of margarine or butter, 2 eggs, vegetable oil for frying, and some cold water to mix and combine everything together. Let's get right into the making of our donuts. Okay, so into this bowl, I'll go in first with my dry ingredients. So starting with the flour, and then the powdered milk on one side, and the yeast on another side, then the salt on another corner as well. Trying not to really mix everything together yet. Then I'll just make a well at the center like that. And I'll go in with the wet ingredients. So first, egg goes in here. I trust my egg because it's really fresh. That's why I'm cracking it straight into the flour. But if you know your egg is not so fresh, crack it in a separate bowl first before you crack it into the flour. Okay, so the second egg goes into the center. You can use one egg as well. That's fine. Just depends on the texture you're going for. So there we go. Oh, I completely forgot to add my sugar. So sugar on another side. Oopsie. Thank God I noticed that on time. Okay, so all the dry ingredients, then make a well at the center to start with the wet or the liquid ingredients. Okay, so I have my mixer here. I'll just put this into the mixer, lock it in. Just go straight and combine this together first. So just scrape down the sides like that. Then I'll add my butter and mix that as well. So now I'll slowly go in with the cold water in the corner here as it's mixing. So I'm going to just be adding it little by little till I'm happy with the texture. I want it to be quite soft and fluffy. And then I'll just keep mixing until we reach a nice and smooth dough. That should take about 10 to 15 minutes. So you can see that it's looking very different from when we started. So it's almost ready. It's almost reached the gluten stuff. So like, in fact, I'm just going to knead it a few minutes longer just to like please my eyes a bit more. But like you can see, like I'm stretching it as far as possible and it's not tearing apart. That's how you know it's ready. And you can see how stretchy and kind of fluffy it is. So I'll just mix it for like 5 more minutes. So our donut dough, the dough for our donut is ready. I'm just going to scrape it out now to my work surface, just to kind of roll it, wrap it around and make it look pretty and smooth. So I'll just sprinkle some flour onto my work surface here. And just kind of fold it over. You can see like it's already so fluffy. The texture is really nice already. Okay, so just make a nice round ball. Rub some flour onto that, and then I'll put some more flour here. I've already done that. The flour is just to prevent it from sticking to the bowl when it rises. So I'll just cover this and set it aside for about 30 minutes. Ooh, it has doubled in size. Right, so our dough is ready. So beautiful. Okay, so sprinkle some flour, then I'll just roll it back up just to knock out some of the air and make it easy for me to roll it evenly. So some more flour again, and then we shall roll. So depending on how thick you want your donuts to be, really. This looks really good now. I like the thickness. I'm satisfied with that. So now with my round donut cutter or round shape cutter, I'm just going to cut out as many shapes as I can. Let me take this to the middle. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to get out as many shapes as I can from this. So here we go. Let's go. Let's see how many we get. Here we go. So I will just take out this one and just space it out on the tray. Don't put it close together when you put it on the tray, because it's still going to rise a second time. It's going to be more difficult the longer you, the more you have left over, because you've mixed flour into it, so it's kind of more stiff than the last, and then you've also lost all the air bubbles that was kind of making it fluffy in the first place. Oops. 1, 2, 3. So now we are going to wait for this to proof for another 30 minutes before we start to fry. There we have it. It has doubled in size now. So we're going to move over to fry it. Now you can either use your hand to carry it up and put it into the oil, or I have this scraper here, a bit of flour on there. I'll just place it onto the scraper and then into the oil. We don't want the heat to be too high because we're trying to get that line of the donut. So I'll just place it into the oil gently. That went well. So this is the one I'll be using to test the oil to see if I'm happy with the temperature and everything before I now put everything else into the oil. So let me get my skewer now. I'll just leave it here and I'll be monitoring it. When the sides start to turn brown, then I'll flip it over. I want to have that white line in the middle, right? The oil is hot. You can hear like the sizzle, very mild. That's what we want. And you can see those bubbles forming on top. So you don't want it to be scorching hot, just a little bit hot so that it's golden brown and not deep brown. But once this one is ready, that means the temperature is right to fry everything else. So you can see that the color has changed slightly at the bottom right there. That means it's time to flip it. Ooh, can you see that? Our test donut is doing so well, right? So we'll just let the other side fry as well. And once you see that it has turned slightly brown here, we will take it out and fry the rest of the donut. This looks so good, does it not? This one is ready now. I will take it out and then place the rest of the donuts into the oil. So I'll just turn down the heat a bit because the arranging can take a little while. And place it in. Oops, that was a bit of a splash. Lift and place it in. Lift. I think I can just do about 3 per time. Okay, let me add one more. Lift and place it in. Ooh, it is so airy. This is getting bigger than I thought. Let's see where this will take us. I think I left it on a bit too long to rise, but let's move, Abby. Look at this one screaming for help. Even way bigger than I thought it would be. I'm going to change. Ooh, my oil is now way too hot. There's something very wrong with that one, but I'm not going to pop it. Ooh, I need to stop and then let the heat reduce before I put the next batch. So that's what I'm going to do. So in case you do have this kind of challenge, please remember that. Oh, so my oil is too hot. I need to take it off and let it reduce a bit more before I continue. My donuts are turning brown way too fast. So this is what we have so far. I know it looks manageable, but it's not perfect. All right, so the oil has cooled down a bit. I'll put it back there now. So I'll just go straight in with the donuts. And I'll roll over to this side a bit just to show you what I'm going to do. Remember back in the days, I don't know if you're Nigerian, when we were younger and in school, we'd get those sugar donuts. And you tell the auntie to help you to put sugar in the nylon so you can rub it in. That's what we're going to do to this donut today. So I will put some sugar in the corner here. You can see I've already done that with the first batch that I fried. So I'm taking the donut out of the oil. I'll just rub it in the sugar there and then arrange it on the side nicely. We already have 3 good looking donuts right here. It looks like it's already brown on one side. So it's time to flip it. I don't want it to be darker than this. This is the color that I want. I allowed it to rise for too long. So now it's just giving me fluffy mountain of some sort. But it's still delicious and it's good. So next time I think I'll just let it rise for about 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes. And then I'll put the next batch. So I'll repeat the process of what I did until I'm done with all the donuts. Put it in the sugar. Make sure to do it while it's hot, or at least as hot as possible, so that the sugar melts right and sticks onto it really well. Okay, so that's basically what we will do until you're done with all of the donuts.